Good afternoon and welcome to Cat Hollow in Killingly. It's a 25-acre town park and has just about a mile of trails that we're going to explore today after this morning's rain. We start off on this closed stretch of Cat Hollow Road. I think it was closed when the park opened in 2003. And it provides a nice, easy walking path that I think is actually pretty popular. There's a number of nice benches, although the views can vary. Here we come to our first clue for the mill history of the area. Old gear crank of some kind, and if we wanted to push through all this poison ivy, we could get a view of the upcoming dam and waterfall. Here we see our second bit of clues to the mills in the area. This is a old sluiceway. It comes to this. I'm guessing that the water pressure was used to power something. I know at Scantic River they call it a ram jack, I'm pretty sure, but can't quite remember the specifics. And here we come to the other end of the closed road and the second parking area. This is probably the more popular parking area, I'd guess. As we come down from that second parking area, we come to the picnic grove. It's lacking in picnic tables, but it's actually a pretty nice spot. Here we finally come to the Whetstone Brook Bridge. I think it was put in October of 2017. I don't know what was here before, but it gives us our first view of the falls. The trail does continue off this way for a stretch, but really, we're looking to get up and close and personal with the falls. Check out this gem after yesterday's rains. This is the site of the old Killingly worsted mill. Killingly as a town was a big cotton and textile manufacturing town. And this area would have had a 3-story wooden building built in the 1860s. This modern version of the dam was built, I think, in the 1870s. And it continued to operate as a couple of different textile factories well through the early 1900s. And it wasn't until 1978 that the building was actually torn down after it was ruined by a number of fires. Pretty quickly quiets down as you get away from the falls, and there's this nice trail right along the pond here. The trails on this side actually kind of remind me of Diana's Pool. You've got these rocky kind of water views and then forested hillside right along it. Although I'd say the understory is a little more grown in than at Diana's Pool. Another little set of rapids just above the pond. And you should be coming to some mill ruins pretty quickly. Just over here you should be able to see the start of the Sales and Sabin mill. Climbing up onto the dam now. There was a mill here as early as the late 1700s, a sawmill if I remember right. But it wasn't until about 1850 that Sales and Sabin converted this for textile use. And there's some pretty good overgrowth, but if you're willing to push through, you can actually get to the second dam here. And you hop the poison ivy to this second view. In the drier summer months, probably just a month ago, you could have crossed this back to about where I started. But now we got to retrace our steps. It's hard to say when that version of the mill was built. The article I was reading had some mention of the mill being built in 1858, but it's hard to know if it was that spot or just a mill in that area. Other interesting notes were that, of course, after the inevitable fire that destroyed the mill, as it always does, there was a company that took over producing nails and pins, I think, and then I think sometime in the 1920s, perhaps, there was a club soda company who operated in the area. I think that about sums up Cat Hollow. It's got some of my favorite things. A nice waterfall, some nice trails along the water, and some pretty interesting history. I'll see you next time.